The day time stood still. For me, it started off just like any other day in Miss Harrington's 7th grade social studies class. As we sat to ourselves, answering questions from our book, everything was routine. But what was to come was something that no one would ever forget. This morning was September 11th, 2001, and at 8:45 a.m., everything stood still. The people that worked in those office buildings are the ones that I wonder about. That morning, did they get to kiss their children before they walked out the door for work? Or did they slip out of the house unannounced in hopes of not waking up their sleeping children? Did they tell their husbands or wives that they would see them later? Or was it the last, fast, simple lovers' argument they had before walking out of the door? All of these questions remain, because at 8:45 a.m., the course of over 3,000 lives changed forever as time stood still. As a young kid of the age of 12, I myself don't know much about the government and politics. I could tell you that George Bush was the president, then serving his first term in office. But the things that I thought were important in my mind were trivial. I could tell you that I was still a dreamer, naive and unaware of the dangers that would come to America's doorstep that day as time stood still. I, like many of my other classmates, didn't know what it meant to be a terrorist. We didn't know that a terrorist could take over a plane and crash it into a building, killing thousands of innocent people in the process. In that very moment in time, I believed that something was taken from my young innocence. I knew that bad guys were real, and not just some fictional character in a storybook, but a human being with no remorse and nothing to lose. Now that I am older and 12 years have passed, I still look back on the day as if it were yesterday. I still think about the families, the husbands, wives, grandparents, and the children that were all affected that morning. I wonder about what they could have become, do, accomplish, had their lives not been cut down so short in that moment of time. And then I remember that that day was something that was so tragic, but also very significant in American history. Though they may not have known that morning that they would become a part of something so much bigger than them, I have comfort knowing that every day, or maybe every second, someone out here will be thinking about them, remembering them, honoring them, and cherishing their last moments. 9/11 was a tragic part of our country's history, but it also stands as a symbol of how short life can be. Every second of every minute is precious and should be treated so, because life is fleeting. Even though we don't do it as much as we ought to, take a second and stand and remember those who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001, because their lives and legacy is a true statement of what it means to be an American hero.